And the still standard 2, solving graphic inequalities counts, or it's the same standard as solving equations, unfortunately, so it goes together. X is greater than 5. So when you graph it, you make a number line, put that number right in the middle, just add a couple to the left and a couple to the right. Greater than. Now normally you would write it on the line, but it would look, oh, I got highlighted, I could do it. So you need an open circle there, and greater than is this way. Hopefully you have a highlighter. Voila. Yeah, that's all you've got to do. Number 2. Let's say we have x is greater than or equal to -7. So the only difference between greater than, or equal to is now you're going to have a closed circle. -7, 6, -5, -8, -9. So now we need a closed circle, and greater than is still to the right. Voila. Less than -3. 3, -2, -1. So open circle, and less than is to the left. So by the way, check this out. See how that's pointing to the left? That's also pointing to the left. If that's pointing to the right, that's pointing to the right. That's pointing to the right, that's pointing to the right. They always match. As long as you get your variables on the left side, then you're fine. Which is why the left side is the preferred side to have a variable on. Just makes your life much simpler. X is less than or equal to, let's go with 1. Put a 1 here, 2, 3, 0, -1, and because it says equal to, you need a closed circle, and less than is to the left, to the left, to the left. Voila. Your turn. Five. 6. 7. 8. 2. Oh shoot, I already did -3. 13. Voila. So you do copy those 4, do those 4. So when you turn this in, it's going to look like you did 8, but really you copied 4 and then did 4 on your own. There you go. Okay, and 2 more types of problems. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the next page. Yeah. That's what I get for buying wide rule paper. Shoot. Shoot, I don't even know what problem we're on. 9? -3. So these are more complicated. So -3x plus 4 is less than should not have chosen a 3. I'll go with 8. There we go. There we go. Why 8? Because when you divide by 8, you get a nice decimal. You divide by 3, you don't get a nice decimal. Let's see, we got a 4 there, so naturally, of course, we're going to put a 20 there. So, just like an equation, there's two sides, left side, right side. And you solve it just like you normally would an equation. Cancel, cancel. Instead of equal sign, though, we have a less than sign, symbol. 20 minus 4, half 4, 16. Oh, dang. What are the odds? Now you divide by negative 8. Divide by negative 8. When you divide by a negative, that thing will reverse only when you divide by a negative. And then you, yeah, don't worry about graphing it, because you just graphed it on the other page. So technically, though, you're supposed to solve it and graph it, but based on what you do on the other problems, I'll know whether or not you can graph correctly. So, dun, 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 dun. 2. Oh shoot, 2 problems. All right, here you go. And dun, 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 let's go. Sure. There you go. Dun, dun, dun. So 2 of those. 2.5 if you count that. If you copy that, then you're kind of a half. Skip some lines. One last type of problem. These are called, this is solving an inequality. This is compound inequalities. And it is very much like the domain problems that we did in chapter 2. So very related, but now it's all out of sequence. So if you finally started understanding domain in chapter 2, that's all this is really, is solving for domain. So the problem is 12. I'm only going to have you do one. If you do one, I'll feel okay. Negative 3 is less than, I'm going to go 2x minus 4, which is less than or equal to, 13? Sure, let's go 13. Just like in chapter 2, small number here, big number there, always, 100% of the time. And then this is always going to be less than, or equal to. So unlike equations which only have 2 sides, we have 3 separate sides. So you need to add 4 to all 3 parts. That cancels. I'm going to draw a line. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1. That goes down, that cancels. That's 17. Then divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, and you get 0.5 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 8.5. Okay, these you do have to graph, because I definitely want to make sure you know how to graph these. When you graph, generally, you only use integers on your number line. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And then at 0.5, we need an open circle. And then at 8.5, we need a closed circle. And then you just connect them. Use my highlighter. Like so. That's it. You just gotta pay attention to whether it needs to be open or closed circle. Sometimes they're both closed, sometimes they're both open. Yeah, we're not trying to trick you though. If we were trying to mess with your brain, we would have made this a -2, because then stuff flips around and all heck breaks loose. We ain't trying to trick you. Just trying to get you to pass the basic concepts. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Like I said, it's hard to make these on the fly. I'm going to try to make problems where you don't end up getting decimal answers, but you might. So if you get decimal answers, my bad. Maybe 20. Can't have a problem with the 4 without 20. There you go. Graph or solve it, graph it. That's it. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.